Hey everyone, it is Fitz with your daily delivery. Hope you are well. I am quite good. Thank you very much. If you've been following along, I've had some questions about the funding of KU's stadium renovation and the use of $50 million of state-directed federal funding from the pandemic to help with the stadium repairs. And I think that's a misuse of funds, but I was told repeatedly by KU fans that that money wasn't going to the stadium, it was going to the other elements of this greater gateway project, all of which are now on hold, according to Travis Goff, KU Athletics Director. Let's get into it a little bit and some of my ongoing concerns about what's happening. First, a reminder, please subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit the thumbs up, and leave those comments. I'm sure there'll be plenty on this one. I know KU needed to renovate the stadium. I have no problem with them doing that. I don't like how it's taking part. First of all, if I'm a KU donor, I'm asking a simple question. Is this worth putting this amount of money in that stadium? I know there's a lot of pride in having that on-campus stadium, that with the hill overlooking it. It's a cool setting. There's no doubt about it. But would the funding have been better building a new stadium with everything new, maybe more parking, and maybe even an entertainment district, as someone on GoPowercat has suggested? Maybe around the edge of town, maybe near one of the highways where it's very visible. And then just take Memorial Stadium backwards into a graduation and kind of an on-campus amphitheater, which I think would be a really cool use of that space. But for now, the $450 million project is going to renovating 2/3 of the stadium. The east side for the students will remain the same, and there'll be a small convention center with seating for 1,000, capacity for 1,000, so basically a hotel ballroom at the one in the enclosed end zone at the outside of it. That won't even come close to using the $50 million of state funding for tourism. So you're saying, yes, this is for tourism. Football brings in a lot of people. Well, this project is actually reducing capacity at the stadium, so that's less tourism. And you can say that, yeah, there's going to be concerts and other things, but K-Staters fell for the old concerts trick with Bramlage Coliseum. That was a big reason it was built. And how many concerts have actually been there? Not many, because it turned out to not be that economically feasible. I just wonder why KU hasn't just said, we're going to build a new stadium, but now they're too far along. Let's take South Florida, for example. South Florida is currently raising money for a new football stadium that'll be opened in 2027. Of course, they've been playing at the Buccaneer Stadium, and they want an on-campus stadium, which is basically essential for them to get membership in a power conference. This new 35,000 seat stadium is going to cost $350 million. So at $450 million for a 40,000 seat renovation doesn't make sense, especially if you can also expand a new stadium well beyond 35, 40, 50,000 viewers. And also by building a new stadium, you get all new suites. Everything for those premium seating options is brand new. And you don't have to have this inconvenience of being out of your stadium. It's too late now. I mean, they've already torn down the darn thing. They can't go backwards. But I do want to give a shout out to the state senator out of Salina, my hometown, who has falsely claimed that K-State uses state money for athletic purposes, which is blatantly not true. And when explained that Ahern Fieldhouse is being renovated because it's an academic building now, he simply ignored it. I don't think state money should be going to athletic causes in this economic setting. I think any state money should be going to the campus, the academics, the library. Learning institutions should get the funding, not athletic segments of the institutions. That's just my feeling, and maybe you feel differently, and that's fine. You can say that all you want, but K-State is completely free of state funding. They're doing it on their own. And may I add, despite the budget limitations of doing that, Kansas State is very competitive in most sports in the Big 12. So KU is thrusting forward with this stadium renovation. I honestly will be amazed if it's ready to go for the start of the 25 season. There's a lot of work to do, and it's a major project. But not even having a full stadium renovation should bug folks that are helping pay for this. And not having the elements of the actual tourism that were attached to this project with the Gateway project now seems like a bit of a bait and switch. Travis Goff flat out said, We don't know when that's going to happen. We don't have the money. Well, you did have the money in $50 million that was supposed to go towards the Gateway project. And now you just put it into the funding of a stadium. And congratulations, Kansas. That's a pretty nifty little trick you pulled. It's not like I didn't see that one coming.